Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. So happy new year, happy 2025. I saw this idea for a video on Heather, who is known as Vessel of Blood here on YouTube, on her channel. And what she's been doing for the past few years is she does an interview, and a lot of these questions are directly from her interview. I'm going to, of course, link her down below. And then the next year, she answers those same questions while looking back on the previous year's answers. And I thought it was such a good idea, and it's such a good way to see how far you've come, or to see if you met your goals, or to see what amazing things happened that year. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to list all these questions down below. If you have a channel, if you have a place on social media, I would love if you would tag me if you answer these questions. But even if you don't, I encourage you, open up the camera on your phone and film yourself answering these questions and look back at them in 1 year. Like, set yourself a calendar reminder and look back at them to see how far you've come. I'm excited to do this. So let's jump into it. There are 20 questions. My name is Linda. I go by Glitter Fallout on social media everywhere, and today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025. I am 44 years old. I'm going to be 45 in October. The palette I'm wearing right now, I'm only just wearing one, is the Nomad Chamonix Après Ski. It just came out, and that's probably why I'm wearing it. Curious if this happens to me next year too when I film this video, if I'm going to use whatever the newest thing is. But yeah, really enjoying playing with it. Something that I'm proud of this year, and this is going to seem like such a self-indulgent thing, I'm going to let you know that right now, but I had the chance to do a professional photo shoot with a photographer when I was on the most recent Creators and Friends trip in September of 2024. And I was so hesitant to do it, even though I have always wanted to do a photo shoot. I have several photographers in my area, including like one of my closest friends is a photographer in the Baltimore area, and she does like pinup photo shoots, and I've seen fantasy photo shoots, but I really wanted to do a photo shoot as me, but none of it ever felt right. And I feel like I kept waiting for certain things. I was like, oh no, you know what? Maybe if I lose weight, if I get my hair done, or if I do this, if I do that. Like, I kept making these lines for myself. Like, once that happens, I treat myself to this. And then I'm like, you know what? I said this in a recent video, but this Linda deserves to feel good now too. So I did book myself a photo shoot with her. And to be honest, this sounds really cheesy, but like, it really changed my perspective on a lot of things. I felt so confident in my own skin. And that is something that I rarely say, if I'm going to be honest. I felt so confident. I felt so good. I look back in these pictures and I'm like, I was there. Like, I got to be at this beautiful place. And this whole photo shoot, this magical photo shoot, took 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes each. And I'm so proud of myself for doing it. I'm so proud of myself for being able to actually let go and being able to look at the pictures and go, you know what? Things aren't so bad. So my full-time job is I am a social media manager for a company, but I also do social media on the side, which makes me a little extra money, helps me pay the electric bill. It's really nice. What I love about my full-time job is, like, guys, I'm really a nerd for social media. Like, I love the statistics of it. I love looking at the trends. I love just playing around with it. Like, sometimes it's throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. Like, I just really love it. And also, like, I love connecting directly with the customers that we work with. Like, I love that so much. I'm the only person on our social media team. So anytime our customer messages into our company, it's just me they're talking to. And sometimes, like, if they have a question or a concern, I'll even see them message in again and say, hey, Linda, I think this is probably still Linda. And I'm like, yep, still Linda. And as far as YouTube and everything like that, I love, oh God, this is so cheesy. What I love about it is you guys. I really love, like, being able to talk to you guys. I love talking with you in the comments. I love recognizing your names. Like, if you don't think I recognize your names, you are wrong. I recognize so many of you every single time you comment, every single time you're just pleasant in my DMs or things like that. And it just means a lot to me, like a lot, because I joined YouTube and everything like that to make community, to find a community of people who liked the kind of same shit I do. And you guys do. You're really freaking weird. But honestly, like, that's what I love about this part of my job. Right now on YouTube, I have 13,821 followers. On Instagram, I have 4,740 followers. Gosh, I want to get that above 5,000 this year. This better go above 5,000. My most viewed video as of right now is my full makeup collection Declutter from 2023, and that has 67,000 views right now. I am so surprised because that video is 3 hours and 6 minutes long, but people still seem to really like it, and I'm glad you guys liked it. Following that, it is still my baby foot video. What year is that? That is 8 years old, you guys, and it has 52,000 views. It is my most disgusting video. It's where I show the flesh peeling off my body, and for some reason, people are into it. Oh, my favorite makeup look this year has to be this one. This is from the Unearthly Just a Taste palette. And I really went outside of my comfort zone and I tried a shape that I've never tried. Like I did this extended wing from the bottom liner. I felt so badass. Also, I loved my hair in this look. I feel like it was looking real mullety and I really liked it. Just everything about this look, I was really proud of it. I felt badass. It was outside of my comfort zone. Like everything about it, I think that was my favorite makeup look of the year. My favorite outfit of the year. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I have too many pictures of it, but I'll go ahead and put pictures right here. This was an outfit I wore in New Orleans when we went to our fancy dinner with Sigma. We had a party bus that went over there and it was really cool. But it's just this like sheer black dress. I will link it down below if it's still available. It's from Foxblood. And I wore a black dress under it because it's, you know, the top layer was sheer, a plain black dress. And I wore like my big hat and my harness and my big boots. And I felt like the perfect blend of like gothy cool. I just felt like so hip. I felt so damn cool. Today, because it's a Sunday, I really ate. We went out to a big breakfast this morning at a restaurant kind of local to us, and I had Eggs Benedict. I love how just as I said the word Eggs Benedict, I could hear one of my cats, I'm going to assume it's Haggis, in the bathtub ripping up the rubber mat because I just heard a bunch of suction cups go. But I had Eggs Benedict and a cup of fruit, and this place has the best cup of fruit. Okay, hear me out. When I have a cup of fruit at a restaurant, I do not want honeydew and cantaloupe and nothing else, okay? This has strawberries, blueberries, banana, and mango, and it's perfect. Oh my God, it was so good. So this year I traveled more than I have ever traveled in my life. And it's so weird because it doesn't feel like it happened in 2024. So first in January, maybe I'll put some pictures up here as I'm talking about. In January, I went to Disney World with my mom and we had a great time. And then in April, gosh, it feels so long ago. In April, maybe it was even May, I went to New Orleans and it was a creators and friends trip. And that one was just like mind-blowing, life-changing, amazing, amazing. Then in September, I went back to Disney World to hang out with Allie and Betty Jean, and we had a blast. And then later that month, I went to Palm Springs for another Creators and Friends trip. Oh my gosh, Palm Springs is such a cool area. Very hot, but it was so cool because we had a motel rented all to ourselves and we had a pool in the middle. I spent so much time in the pool, and I'm not usually a pool girly, but that time I was. And then even like a month later than that, my husband and I went to St. John in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Oh my God, I loved it so much. It was so gorgeous, and I'm so glad I went. Oh, advice I would give to myself a year from now. Be brave. Be brave. And the reason that I'm saying that is because I feel like I don't admit how often I let fear hold me back from things, right? And it's not necessarily like fear of looking stupid, but for example, I'm like, even today, I was invited to a party, but I'm like, no, I don't think I'm going to go because I don't know anybody there except the person that invited me. That's fear. That's anxiety. You know what I mean? The photo shoot that I almost didn't do, I wasn't going to do it because of fear of like that I would get the pictures back and be like, oh God, I look gross. Oh, I look old. I look this. I look that. But I did it, and that was like one of my biggest turning points of the year. So this year, I'm just going to say, like, be brave, be strong, do the things that you don't think you can do, right? Because, like, what's the worst that can happen 9 times out of 10? Now, I'm not saying, like, go skydiving without a parachute. What's the worst thing that can happen? Splat. But, like, if I were to go to this party, what would the worst thing that could happen be, right? Is that nobody would talk to me, and I'd hang out for an hour, and I'd go home? That's the worst? Really? That's the worst? So yes, future Linda, be brave, be strong. So many people inspire me. Like, it's very easy for me to get inspired by people here on YouTube or people on Instagram or things like that. Like, some accounts that have inspired me this year are Messyland, who goes by Melissa, Hope Mess Tom, Courtney Quarantine, Ambi Strickland is a big one for me. Subversive Socialite. Like, I'm going to try to link all those down below. But whether they are, Welcome to Heidi is another one. They are fashion, they are makeup, just all these different things. And these are people that really inspire me. They make me want to try harder. So that's like, Instagram people inspire me. Otherwise, people that inspire me, my mom is somebody who's very inspiring to me. My mom is somebody who, it's funny, when she retired, I was worried. I was genuinely worried for her because she's somebody like me who I always need to be doing something. I'm not good at just sitting down and relaxing and reading a book and drinking a cup of tea. I'm not good at that. I always want to be moving. And it's from her. I was worried when she retired that she'd be bored out of her mind. That woman is busier than I will ever be. I love talking to her on, a Sunday. I'll be like, what do you have going on this week? And she'll go, well, Monday I have canasta with my friends. Tuesday I'm going to a school to read for disadvantaged children. Wednesday I'm going to volunteer at a soup kitchen. Thursday I'm going to my book club. Like literally every single day, this woman has something going on and she has filled her time. And just, I love it. I genuinely love it. So honestly, my mom inspires me. So this feels weird to say the biggest thing to happen in my social media career or whatever this year. So technically it happened at the end of 2023. But if I'm going to be honest, I didn't think it was going to come to fruition at all. And it did in 2024. So I'm going to consider that my biggest one, and that's getting on Melt's PR list. I know that sounds like such a silly thing to say, and I constantly talk to other creators and we're like, brands are not your friends. They are not your friends, but at the same time, like Melt is a brand that I have loved for so long and never thought that they would even pay attention to the fact that I was here, and if I'm being honest. And then at the end of 2023, Bailey Sarian did her first collab with them, the very first Fatally Yours collection, and it was sent to me because Bailey was kind enough to put me on the list to receive it. And the owner of Melt messaged me. She sent me a video message, and I'm not going to show it here, but I do still have it recorded on my phone that I look at once in a while. Every time, if I'm feeling like not worthy of things, if that makes sense, I will look at it again because in short, she basically just said, we have noticed you. Thank you so much for loving us. You said you aren't really on our PR list. Well, I think you should be permanently. And I was like, really? And she said that, and I thought nothing was going to come of it. And then this year I did receive all the Melt collections, all of them in PR. And it's because of you guys. It's because of you guys like tagging me in Melt things or saying, oh my God, I've been looking forward to your opinion on this collection. Like that means so much to me. And it's because of you that I was able to be on that list this year. So I think that's the biggest thing to happen in my social media this year. Oh my gosh, my current favorite movie. How can I answer that? Okay, you know what? I'm going to try to answer this each year with not like an old favorite, because I could very easily say Teen Witch, Welcome Home Roxy Carmichael, any of my all-time favorite movies. But one movie that I'm loving right now that is fairly recent to me, and it's not recent to the world because it came out in, I think, 2017, and I only just saw it. Guys, I only just saw The Greatest Showman for the first time. How? I was blown away. I've watched it twice in the last 2 weeks. I can't get enough. I am so in love with it. I don't know how it took me this long, but like, This Is Me, or is it right? This Is Me is the name of the song. Can't stop. And every time I hear it, I cry. Every single time. Like, oh my God. So good. So good. Biggest regret. I'm going to have to think about this. I think one of my biggest regrets of the year is that I didn't spend enough time nurturing certain relationships in my life. And I think that that's a hard one. I have a lot of friends that don't live here. They don't live close to me. And I feel like I have not been attentive enough to those friendships. One of my best friends in the whole wide world lives in Portland, Oregon, and I haven't seen her like at all, and I haven't been there to see her. And I feel a level of like regret or guilt about that. I have several friends who live in Las Vegas that I haven't gotten out to see. I have a lot of friends who live in New Jersey, which is where I grew up, that I really haven't been out to see. And I know a lot of these things take travel and communication and things like that. I have friends who live in Florida that I haven't gotten to see. Like, they take all these moving pieces, but at the same time, like, you're not going to get anything out of it if you don't put anything into it. Like friendships, especially the older you get, they take work. It's not like elementary school where you just see the same person every day that you go into class. And I feel like I do have some sort of level of like, I don't use the word regret often, but I guess like guilt/regret about that. And I really want to try to nurture those more in 2025. My trip plans this year, guys, I already have at least 2, if not 3 definite trips planned for 4 definite trips planned for this year. So this year I am going on 2 more trips with creators and friends. I don't want to say necessarily when they are or where they are because I know that they like to keep that private for a little bit, but I have been invited and I have accepted to go on 2, and I'm so excited to go to both of these places. Are brand new to me. They're both brand new, and I'm excited to get to see and hug my friends again, because a lot of times, like, guys, I'm sitting in a room by myself talking to a camera. To see these people in person makes me so freaking happy every time, and it leaves me feeling inspired, and just, it fills my cup. It fills my cup every time. So I'm going on 2 of those this year. Then in May, for the first time, I am going to a music festival in New Jersey called Dark Force Fest. So this is kind of a goth industrial synth pop festival, and I'm so excited because the only other time I've seen a festival like this with these kind of bands is when I went to a festival in Germany in the year 2001, okay? Like that many years ago. So I am so excited. I am planning, I'm not gonna lie, I'm planning on doing a lot of shopping. I've already seen peeks at what vendors are gonna be there, and I wanna do so much shopping. And then the last trip is, and I'm hoping this is actually within a few months from now, I am planning on going to Savannah, Georgia with my mom, and I've never been to Savannah. So please leave your recommendations down below. I feel like it's so funny to me. I feel like I asked a lot of my friends, where should I go? And they suggested like oddities museums and hearse, ghost tours in a hearse, or like go to this graveyard, and we're gonna do all that. But also, my mom was a second grade teacher at some point. She's not exactly into the spooky and macabre. So any recommendations that you have for Savannah, please leave them down below. If I were to define my style in 3 words, okay, and for future Linda that answers these questions, I am allowing hyphenated words/phrases. I guess I'll say rocker, goth, 80s. Rocker, goth, 80s is what I guess I'll say. I was going to say like vintage, but to be honest, like I don't wear a ton of vintage, but I love 80s style. Like I love, you know, the kind of like, I don't know, like vintage 80s t-shirts and things like that, but hairband kind of vibes, but like a goth turn to it, I guess. So those are my words. I really want to get better about posting on Instagram. And I know that sounds like such a dumb little thing, but I feel like I still have it in my mind after all these years that to post something on Instagram, it has to be aesthetically perfect. The lighting has to be right. The editing has to be perfect. The makeup has to be flawless. When in reality, it doesn't have to be. You can just post things. It's the internet. It's gonna be okay. And I want to get better about posting there. I especially want to post more outfit videos on Instagram. Like I really want to post more like putting together outfits, because I feel like not only will it help me to discover what I already have in my wardrobe and force me to like make new combinations, but it'll push my creativity a bit. And that's something I'm really looking forward to. So yes, I want to get better about not caring as much about what I post on Instagram and just putting stuff up there. And finally, my word for the year, bold. I want to be more bold in life. I want to, you know, take outfits that are above the norm, okay? I want to like, you know, dress up to go to the grocery store. I want to let my voice be heard more, whether that's at work or whether that's in my, you know, my regular life. I just want to be more bold in general. Like I really kind of want to take life by the balls, if you will, and just be more bold. So that's it. Those are my questions for my interview this year. Again, I so encourage you to do this. This was so much fun to do, and you can change these questions as much as you want. I changed these from the original video to suit me more. So go ahead, change them, record it on your phone, put it up on Instagram, put it up on YouTube, do whatever you want with it. Keep it in a locked box somewhere, but it's really going to be great to look back at this next year. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different than my usual makeup content, but if you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. That would mean so, so much to me. And if you're not already, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and I'll say TikTok. It'll be interesting to see if I'm saying that by this time next year. But those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always and forever, you guys are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.